Oh shit, she stopped. What a problem we got here, bro. Yes. I am a witch, bruv. It's gonna stop again. This record's too big.
Whenever I say that, people ask me questions like, how do you know you're a witch?
How do you know you're a witch?
When they say
this is kind of appropriate, actually, that it's not working. Let's turn it off. I wasn't going to do that book anyways. I'm going to do another book. But I have to go get it because I wasn't ready. Wasn't prepared, bruv. Don't look at the mess on the floors in my library. Don't look at these other houses either, bruv. Don't look at the cat away. Repellent. What we're looking at here is A Treatise on White Magic by Alice Bailey. Let's take it downstairs, bruv. Look, it's snowing. Can you see the snow, bruv? Good. Mind draw attention to this book. A slipcase book. Whoa, 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 whoa. There's me ghost. Let's do this. Take it out of the slipcase, bruv. Out of the slipcase. This is an early book. Modern Witchcraft. Though I'm not an expert on modern witchcraft by any means. Barely a novice. But thanks to this woman, who was local to this area in Metro Detroit, I have a keen interest in witchcraft as it pertains to her, Gundella the Witch, marrying Kuklo. This book, A Treatise on White Magic, which I did not pay $55 for. I don't know how much I paid, but it was probably $30, which I think was worth it, considering the condition of the book. 1945. Dedicated with affection and gratitude to my co-workers and fellow students in the Arcane School. The so-called traditional witchcraft is basically derived from this modern Wicca as we say. The solar angel collects himself, scatters not his force, but in meditation deep, communicates with his reflection. When the shadow hath responded in meditation deep, the work proceedeth. The lower light is thrown upward, the greater light illuminates the three, and the work of the four proceedeth. Rule 3. Listen. Alice Bailey is basically the modern architect of what we now know as Wiccan witchcraft. There is no ancient craft, though people did practice magic and witchcraft in the preceding millennia. It was not passed along as many, including Gundella, have preached. One of her good friends, Marcello Truzzi, a sociologist who was based in Michigan, has pretty much confirmed as much, even though he's deceased. Now he can't confirm much of anything, and she is deceased as well, so she cannot refute anything, but I don't think she refuted anything even when presented with the evidence by her friend, who also wrote forewords to her 2 books, Hindrances to Occult Study. This rule is one of the most difficult in the book, and yet one of the most comprehensive. It will take us some time rightly to handle it. We have in it an interesting illustration of the microcosmic correspondence to the macrocosm. It can be elucidated in two ways in relation to the light it mentions. Reference is made to the greater light, which illuminates the three, and secondly, to the throwing upward of the lower light. The greater light is that of the soul, who is light itself, illuminating the manifestations of the threefold personality. Herein lies the correspondence to the macrocosm, as it is symbolized for us in God, the manifesting light of the solar system. The solar system is 3 in 1, or 1 in 3, and the light of the Logos illuminates the whole. The lower light is that which is hidden within the human being on the physical plane. This light, at a certain stage of man's experience, is awakened throughout the physical body and blends eventually with the greater light. The light and life of God himself may emanate from the central spiritual sun, but it is only as the light within the solar system itself is awakened and aroused that there will come that eventual blazing forth which will typify the glory of the sun shining in its strength. Similarly, the light of the soul may emanate from the monad, but it is only as the light within the little system, directed by the soul, is awakened and aroused that there will come the eventual shining forth of a Son of God. Interesting, but I'm not sure it means anything beyond what it says. Difficultly says, I do know that witches, to be a proper witch, which this book purports to be, one has to believe in God. 2, they have to believe in reincarnation. 3, they have to practice within a coven. And also, they have to practice magic. Those are the 4 tenets of witchcraft, so-called traditional witchcraft. In these instructions, however, we are dealing primarily with the microcosm and the light within it. We shall not enlarge upon the macrocosmic analogies. In considering this second rule, we must note that a conscious relation has been established between the soul and its shadow, the man on the physical plane. Both have been meditating. Students would do well to note this and to remember that one of the objectives of the daily meditation is to enable the brain and mind to vibrate in unison with the soul as it seeks in meditation deep to communicate with its reflection. The correspondence to this relation or synchronizing vibration is interesting. Soul, man on the physical plane; mind, the brain; pituitary or pineal gland, pituitary body. The relation also between the centers and the synchronization is interesting, and in it is epitomized the evolution of the race as well as the racial unit, man. Head center, base of the spine; heart center, solar plexus; throat center, sacral center. In the above lies a hint for the more advanced student, and he is the one who hesitates so to regard himself. It is also symbolized for us in the relation between the Eastern and the Western hemispheres, and between those great bodies of truth which we call religion and science. The life of meditation proceeds, and the rapport between the soul and its triple instrument becomes steadily closer, and the resulting vibrations more powerful. How many lives this will take depends upon various factors, which are too numerous to be mentioned here, but which the student will find it useful to consider. Let him list the factors which he feels he needs to take into account as he seeks to decide his evolutionary standpoint. The result of the response is a reorientation of the lower man in order to produce a synthesis of the 3 and the 1 so that the work of the 4 may proceed. Here you have the reflection consummated in the microcosm of that which the solar logos started. The sacred 4 of the cosmos. Man in his turn becomes a sacred 4. Spirit in the 3 of manifestation. 4 words should be pondered upon here: communication, response, reorientation, union. The old commentary expresses it in the following terms. When communion is established, words are forthwith used and mantric law assumes its rightful place, provided that the one communicates the words and the three remain in silence. When response is recognized as emanating from the three, the one in silence listens. The roles are changed. A threefold word issues from out the triple form. A turning round is caused. The eyes no longer look upon the world of form. They turn within, which is known as solipsism, bruv. Focus the light and see revealed an inner world of being. With this, the manas stills itself, for eyes and mind are one. The art no longer beats in time with low desire, nor wastes its love upon the things that group and hide the real. It beats with rhythm new. It pours its love upon the real, and Maya fades away. Kama and heart are close allied. Love and desire form one all, one seen at night, the other in the light of day. When fire and love and mind submit themselves, sounding the threefold word, there comes response. The one enunciates a word which drowns the triple sound. God speaks. A quivering and the shaking in the form responds. The new stands forth, a man remade, the form rebuilt, the house prepared. The fires unite, and great the light that shines. The three merge with the one, and through the blaze a fourfold fire is seen. In this pictorial writing, which I have sought to convey in modern English, the sages of old embodied an idea. The old commentary from which these words are taken has no assignable date. Should I endeavor to tell you its age, I have no means of proving the truth of my words, and hence would be faced with credulity, a thing aspirants must avoid in their search for the essential and real. I have sought in the above few phrases to give the gist of what is expressed in the commentary. Through the means of a few symbols and a cryptic text. These old scriptures are not read in the way modern students read books. They are seen, touched, and realized. The meaning is disclosed in a flash. Let me illustrate. The words, the one enunciates the word which drowns the triple sound, are depicted by a shaft of light ending in a symbolic word in gold, superimposed over three symbols in black, rose, and green. Thus are the secrets guarded with care. I felt it might be of interest to students to know this much about this ancient textbook of the adepts. Our consideration of this rule will fall into two parts. The relation between the soul and the personality. This will be handled particularly with references to meditations in the daily life, more than from the theoretical and the academical. The significance of the words, the lower light is thrown upward. These deal with the centers in the Kundalini fire. I would like here to point out the advisability of each student arriving at an understanding of his etheric body, and this for certain reasons. First, the etheric body is the next aspect of the world's substance to be studied by scientists and investigators. This time will be hastened if thinking men and women can formulate intelligent ideas. Anent, I don't know how to say that word, bruv. This interesting subject, anent. We can aid in the revelation of the truth by our clear thinking and form the standpoint of the present. Pronouncements above the other. Scientists will eventually arrive at an understanding of etheric forms or bodies. Secondly, the etheric body is composed of force, currents, and in it are vital centers linked by lines of force with each other and with the nervous system of the physical man. I won't belabor the point here, bruv. Let's move on. Just because I have to go to work at 2. I have to go to work at 2, bruv. Rule free, soul light and body light, principles and personalities. Rule free, therefore kill out ambition. He becomes the word incarnated and endeavors to be what he is. It's just mostly text. Is there any illustration, bruv? It's mostly text, as we see. There's no illustrations. Not that illustrations are the principal want or need in this within this book, but it helps things. Otherwise, one merely reads. I wonder what these little creases are. I want to say wet fingers do it. Look at that. You got some moisture exposure, obviously, I believe. But we can't be set in here. Let's get back to it and see if we find it. There they are. What do you think that's moisture exposure, bruv? I would have to assume that it is. Wet fingers touching it, bruv. Not a good look. 467. Wonder what's on page 666, buddy. Probably ends before then. Let's see. That way there can be no confusion. No, it doesn't. The index is 666. What's that say? Race? Quiescence. Questions for aspirants. Question as to violet. Purpose. Quaternary. Quietness. Qualifications. Introductory remarks. Man's three aspects. I think I will do more reading from this book later. 15 rules for magic to be found in my earlier book, entitled The Treatise on Cosmic Fire. I will comment on them, dealing not with the cosmic significance or with solar and other correspondences and analogies, but applying them to the work of the aspirant. It's actually a book on Jewish magic that I have, that I found at Bookstock last year. 2 copies, actually, in the same. Oh, what's this? It's just a symbol. My symbol is the egg salad sandwich on pumpernickel, which I will eat shortly. Channel content. Do we have channel content, bruv? White magic. Oh. What about this? Is there anything in there? There's nothing. Just a ratty ass slip box. It's snowing rather heartily right now. I think that's going to be all for now, bravs. He withdraws his forces from soul enterprises in the spiritual kingdom. He enters into a deep meditation. Yes, he does.